Hey, hello, hi. It's Ashley from Live Happy Tarot. What am I sitting on? Oh, bag. And on my channel, we do a lot of videos showing tarot decks and oracle decks, of course, because those are both my faves. And every Wednesday I do a a 3-pile, pick a pile. And today we are going to do a review walkthrough of the Tarot of the Starbound Phantasia, one of my newest decks. It's by Taylor Ellis. It's pretty cool. So this deck comes in this 2-piece box, and on the back it says, traditional ancient myth and mysteries take off to space in the Tarot of Starbound Phantasia. This tarot deck, created by Taylor Ellis, transforms Western mysticism through the lens of personal experience and channeling that are universal archetypes and alien, yeah, that's alien. I really love this back illustration. I think it's really cool. I like this illustration too, this one down here. And then it's signed, which is really cool. 2-piece box. Then we have some special things inside. This is like a fold out of the major and the minor arcana. There's a guidebook, an ebook that you can get, but this is like your quick read. What's cool about this is the color coding. So like if you want to compare all the aces, but then there's, you know, obviously this is cups and this is rods, pentacles, and swords. Well, that's interesting. I would have thought swords wouldn't be red, but that's okay, whatever. I didn't actually notice that until right now. But it's really cool because it also has the astrological signs on it, see? And same for the majors. And then also, in case you, that wasn't enough, you get this card with the Celtic cross spread, and then like a little explanation color-coded, and then a bead game spread, and then this little card about the cards and the artist and the writer or layout person, which was Jenny Essman, and some really cool illustrations, and something about the Starbound Phantasia. The concept behind this deck is the idea of what occurs when the world of fantasy makes its inevitable entrance into space, which I think is really cool. So this is kind of a spacey, I was like a mythological type deck. I really love the card backs. Yeah, and I really like the silver foil, and they're so colorful. So let's go ahead and flip the camera, not to flip the cards over. I'm like, let's flip the cards over. No, flip the camera over and look at the cards. Okay, here we are with the cards. Let's move these guys. I organized them. Here's the beautiful backs again. Actually, let me zoom in. Oh my goodness, my dog. All right. Oops, they're upside down. Okay, we're starting, excuse me, with the majors. Clearly, this is the Fool and the Magician. How fun is that one? And then we have, I think, oh, you know what? He said they were out of order from the regular. So this is based on, oh, I should have said that. I read that it was based on the Toth. Let's see. This deck brings together 3 major deck styles, Rider-Waite-Smith, Toth, and Marseille, into one pictorial space. The deck is 78 cards total, with the 22 major arcana and 56 minor. The ordering of the major follows the Toth ordering, and the names have had a few imaginative variatives. So I do know that the I guess this is the High Priestess. Oh, I see, she's there. I was thinking these were the lovers, but I think these are statues. So that's the High Priestess. That's the Empress. Clearly the Emperor. The Hierophant. The lovers. And they're down here. At first, when I first saw this, I'm like, I'm confused. I don't see any people. The Chariot. This is a so different chariot, but I love the, like, I think these are dragons, and then he's like driving them across space towards that giant sun. And this is Justice. So you can see the scales, and I think this snake type representation behind is really cool, and kind of like the yin-yang-y feel. Oops, I'm sorry. And this is the Hermit. I like the lantern is a star. And then we have the Wheel. And I like how it's black and white. I think that's, everything is so colorful, and this really stands out. We have Strength. This one is really cool. I mean, it's a lion, but is it a lion? And where does she end, and where does the lion begin? The Hanged Man. Death. You can see kind of like, what is that called? You can feel death, but then he's also kind of giving, I think. And this is kind of black holy reminiscent, I guess. Temperance. The Devil. The Devil is a dragon. The Tower. I like how it like literally is a star shooting into the tower, and like the head's coming off. And the Star. Well, that's the moon. Wait a second. I did this. Where am I missing? This is the star. Okay, for a second I thought that's the moon. Let's see the people down there. That's just such a, I don't know, really cool, different moon. And of course that's the sun. And I like how there's a lady down there, and that's definitely a unicorn. And then we have Judgment. And then the last card is called the Dancer, and as opposed to like the World. And then we have the Minors, and these are the rods. No, yes, these are the rods. And so there's a little bit of, so this is, sorry, the colors. So if you can see, these are the rods, and then you move to the cups, and then you move to the swords, and then you move to the pentacles. So, I mean, I would say that they're a color palette. That's what I would call it. They're all of a similar color palette, right, for each suit. Although this one is a little tiny bit confusing for me, but anyway. These are definitely like kind of a fiery feeling, which of course the rods or wands would be fiery. But it's more, although this, I guess, has a fiery color, I feel like the actual sword evokes fire. That's the Ace. And this is a 2. So this would be the, what is it, the Marseille deck. This is kind of a Marseille style, right? It's Pippish-like, but at the same time, like Pippish for tarot means like there's 2 cups, and then there's 3 cups, and then there's 4. But this, I don't know if you've seen the Marseille style tarot decks, but this is more in that style. Just the way that they are lined up. And then there's the 3. And the 4. And this one is very Marseille style. It's a little bit confusing if you haven't ever used Marseille deck. I've just taken a class on how to use them. I don't use them regularly. I thought I did them in order, but yeah, this is the 5 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see I get a little confused. And this is the 6. So this one, see, okay, so 5 is pink, gold, and black, and then the 6 is literally just gold, gray, and black. So there's not, I mean, there's a tiny bit of pink in there, and then it moves back into the pink for the 7, and the 8, and the 9, and the 10. I love that this has the Marseille style, but it has these little, like, birds. And it looks like they're tearing apart a heart almost. Anyway, okay, so I reordered these because it did go Queen, Knight, Page, King. And for me, that was super confusing when he did it. He has a pictorial guide online. So I did Page. So this is the Page. That way I would remember to tell you which one it is, because Page, Knight. So the Knights you can pretty much tell because they have a helmet on. Queen. But I had a little bit of a trouble telling which is a Queen and the Page. So Page, Knight, Queen, and then the King. So the King is, you can see the King is a different color, but he has the background. But he has very evocative crown of flames. And then we have the Cups. And the cups you see have this orangish background and obviously blue for water. That's the Ace. And we have the 2. I love that face there. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is very Marseille, however you say it. 7. So this reminds me a little bit of a combination of Tarot and Marseille, because the 7 of Cups has all the different like cups holding things, and that's what this reminds me of a lot. 8. I like how they're all underwater, their urns underwater, and like there's the boat going on top. 9. Again, I can see some of the Rider-Waite-Smith in the berries in the bush. And the 10. And then we have the Page. And so this one, again, I couldn't tell. This is the Knight, and I can feel that because there's a lot of movement in this one with the water. But I feel like there's a lot of movement in that too. Here's the Queen, and I definitely feel that being a queen. And here's the King. And I think it's super interesting that the King is a lion. Really cool looking lion, not a person. And all the other court cards are a person for Cups. And then clearly this is Swords. And so they have like the black sky space background. 2. I feel like these are crab-like. Is that like a Libra? That reminds me of a Libra sign. 3. So 1, 2, 3, which I found confusing at first, I have to say. 4. 5. But when you keep going into the suit, you get it, right? 6. That one's really interesting. They're like rocket ships and swords at the same time. 7. It's like a moth sword with lots of pieces with lightsabers coming out of it. 8. These remind me of beehives, like little hives, and there's bees. 9. And again, this kind of like, so that's a bee or a wasp. I don't know. That's just me making that up. And there's bees again. So maybe it isn't me making it up. It's almost like bees or spider webs. I don't know. Okay. And then here we have Page, Knight. And so more movement here. And this one looks younger. Queen. For some reason, she looks a little scared to me. And King. And so I see a tiny person's face in there. You see it? But at the same time, if you're looking at it far away, it doesn't look like a person at all, right? It looks like an animal, which is kind of like the last king. And then we have the pentacles or discs. I think he calls them, yeah, he calls them pentacles. And for me, these are super evocative of steampunk. You know, it has like that very much of a wheel, oh, what is it called? Well, anyway, like a, not a wheel, but a, you know, a grind thing. What is that called? I have lost that word out of my head. And the 2, I really like the hands inside the 2. So this one, okay, so like here I see the blue background with some purple, but here's the blue background. But I see there's a little blue background, and there's like, that reminds me of Capricorn. Here's the 3, of course. And then 4, oh, I still see the blue background. At first I was losing it. 5. 6, and he's leaping, which is really cool. I like the continuation of that. And then 7. Now here I feel like this goat Capricorn guy is now all in pieces. Gears, that's the word I was looking for, gears. And all the gears are broken, so this is not a good card. 8, or at least I wouldn't be happy to draw that. 7. 9. This one's cool. I like how they're like mirrors of each other, but different colors, and the wings are different. And then the 10, and there's both of them. Like a little goat family. Okay, here we have the page. And he reminds me of a little leprechaun for some reason. And the knight. And the queen. This is, I think, my favorite queen in this deck. And the king. He's pretty cool too. Okay, so that, oh, where's my box? That is the tarot of the Starbound Phantasia. Thank you all for watching this walkthrough and listening to me ramble. Appreciate it.